Hello everybody, this is Frightmare100 and I'm back after a long while to enter a contest. It's a contest of someone that I have a great deal of respect for on here, and a lot of you will. And it's very unlikely, but if you don't know who this is going to be for, the link of this person is going to be below, and it's obviously the one and only tattooeddoorman. And this contest is really very cool. Usually contests are about, you know, people celebrating subscribers, or getting to a certain number of subscribers, or for whatever reason they want to do it, and they give away, maybe something from their collection or something they've picked up or whatever it is as a prize. And yeah, I mean, you all know how these things work, but this one it's very different and it's very cool. Basically, tattooeddoorman has put together a compilation DVD. He's put together his own little thing, and it's basically, from what I can tell, just really extreme footage. So probably he's trawled the internet and videos that he's got, and found the footage that he wanted, and he's put it together with some music and some editing, and put together this DVD. Now, I know that quite a few people have got the DVD, but there's obviously only so many copies it can send out, even though it's a DVD-R, but he's got the expense of that, and then obviously the postage and everything to get them out to people. So he's only got a certain number left, and he's been very nice to get whatever he's got left and do a contest. The fairest way of doing it, just draw people at random and get them sent out to them. Yeah, I just want to take a moment as well just to talk about, I mean, tattooeddoorman is and has been fantastic from day one. I mean, looking back now at things like the 30 Days of Horror challenge and other things that he comes up with, it's just been brilliant, and he's given the community and people that are into collecting film, especially horror, but even just film in general, he's given them ways to show the collection and everything else, and he's always just coming up with some really cool ideas, and he obviously gets a lot of respect from people on here, and it's fully deserved. I mean, it was a little while ago now I got a message from tattooeddoorman, and he basically just out of the blue wanted to send me a bit of something, and he sent me some movies, some extreme stuff as well, which I didn't have. It was Mordom, August Underground's Mordom. I've got a mind blank, I'm going to have to open this. So obviously Slaughtered Vomit Dolls, and a few others, 100 Tears, Tumbling Doll of Flesh, and I know there was another one as well, I've put it somewhere else, sorry. But yeah, and he took the time to do the artwork and everything else, and this quickly became, even though I've got special editions and things, something pretty important in my collection. And I realised it was just, for somebody to go out of the way to do things like that, it kind of means something more than just going out and buying the latest Steelbook, or the big Skull, or RO Blu-rays and whatever else. It's all good, but there's something very nice about this. This wasn't from Tat, but perfect example, I picked up a film called Creep a while ago. Not the best film, it's not too bad if you've not seen it. It's quite claustrophobic, it's London Underground type job. It's a pretty good film, but this one's signed by a guy called Daniel, and it's basically signed this. I knew somebody who knew him, and he was telling me that he started out as a storyboard artist on the film, and actually worked alongside the guys to create the look of the monster, the creature that's in the film. But then he was, for want of a better word, kicked off the movie. So, his ideas and stuff just fell by the wayside. They probably used a bit of it, but he wasn't actually credited on the film. So he technically had nothing to do with this in the end, but there was just something very cool about, his story and the way he was involved in the film. So if I can try and get this on camera, if you just see in the little window, if any of you have got a copy of this, this is usually just kind of an empty-ish window with like a handprint and a bit of blood. But he's actually taken the time to sign it, which you can't see. But he's drawn the kind of design of the little monster that he originally designed for the film, which is just the coolest thing. It's not worth anything. It's probably worth less because it's just got a drawing on it now. But for me, it means a lot, and that's probably the main reason I want to get involved in this and hopefully pick up a copy of FUBAR. I just realised I've not even mentioned the name. So yeah, that's all I wanted to know. I think I've pretty much done it. Is why do you want it? One, like most people, I'm intrigued by these things. I think if, you know, you're into something like I am, like horror, you want to explore it as much as you can. You want to take it to its logical conclusion. And I think a lot of the time, with horror, you know, there's this fascination with how far can it go, you know. You grow up looking at something like Nightmare on Elm Street, and you think, you know, it's bloody and gory and everything else. What's the next step? And what's the next step and the next step? And, you know, there is, as much as you might not want to admit it, there is something inside you that wants to take it that bit further every time. And FUBAR sounds like the next step. Sounds pretty messed up, but it is, you know, it's something I'm intrigued to see. Whether I'll enjoy it or not, I can't honestly say without having seen it. You know, I'm not going to pander to you and say, you know, it's going to be fantastic. It might not be for me, but, you know, I'd love to get hold of a copy, even if just for something for my collection. Also something which, I don't know if people are doing this, but I'd love to be able to help out, and if I did get a copy, you know, make some copies of it of my own and get them sent out so more people get to see it. And, you know, that's not trying to get any favours from me, because I know it's just a random draw anyway, but that's something I think I'd like to do to help out. But yeah, I've probably just spent about 6 minutes rambling on, but hopefully that's enough. Hopefully that's good enough reason for me to be popped into the hat. Tattooed Doorman again, and I've said it a million times, thank you for everything. Thank you for setting things up in the community. Thank you for your videos, for taking the time to do what you do, and especially for FUBAR. And yeah, hopefully one day I get to see it and it gets to sit on my shelf alongside these other little things, and, you know, build up a really unique and, you know, more of a personal collection. It'd be really cool to get hold of a copy. So that's it. Been Frightmare 100. Thank you very much for watching. I'll say his link's going to be below, and take it easy, everybody.